Happy New Year and welcome back to Wine and Chill, your home for all things entertainment law shenanigans, millennial adulting, and an unhealthy dose of student loans. Speaking of which, since it's the first week of the month, we're going to do our student loan update today. So as you've probably noticed, the background looks very different, very stark. I moved during the blizzard. Don't recommend. Do not recommend moving during a blizzard. I decided to move and the Lord decided that it would blizzard. Yeah. Also, since it is the first of the year, I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not drinking this. I'm gonna take a little cleanse. But I had a good holiday break. I haven't seen y'all in like a couple weeks, so 2 weeks to be exact. Went home to Miami, didn't bring my filming stuff, hung out with my family, so that was nice. As you know, I hate the winter, as evidenced by the fact that I don't really want to wear winter clothes, nor do I own winter clothes. So yeah, we're gonna continue with this well into the winter. So let me know in the comments how you feel about the new background. It's this one, and then I actually have like a pretty decent view of Brooklyn now in my new apartment, so I'm thinking of this or the other. This is the second time filming this video, so this one looked better right now, but I don't know how I feel about it. So let me know if you hate it. Hopefully it's like okay. I miss the old background already. But while you're here, importantly, I have good news for today's student loan update, January student loan update. So as usual, every update is retroactive. So what I paid in December, and in December I paid off student loan 21. So total of, how much was it? $24,539.19 over 4.5 months. So I'm super excited about that. Finally getting my gosh darn star. So as y'all know, I have my student loan tracker on the fridge, so we can go over there. Y'all, I have never been so excited to color a day in my life. So I can't believe it. Like, this is crazy. Oh my, is it? Oh, okay. I thought it dried out. Wow. When I started this, I was like, damn, there are really a lot of balloons on here. And now there are a lot of colored balloons. Ah! Oh, okay. Yeah, trying to hold the tripod and do this is clearly not working for me today. Oh, it's ugly. It's fine because you know what? It's paid. Okay. And now for the big moment. I already wrote in the dates because I wasn't about to write in the dates and hold the tripod. Y'all, I haven't gotten a star since August 14th. My handwriting is bad. Yes. Oh. I'm not gonna show you my face because I'm like probably about to. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Oh, look at this. I have 5 left. And Sally Mae. Y'all know I accidentally forgot to put that hoe on here. Look at this. Look at the... Babe, you're in the way. Look at the progress. Look at this progress. Y'all. This is crazy. And this is not even the total amount. This was $24,000 I ended up paying because of the interest. This is just like the principal balance. The capitalized principal balance. $57,000 this is, with all of the interest included. From February 14th, I remember when I made the first one. Oh, it's done. She's colored. She's done. She's done. She's done. Okay, I'm done. I'm done, y'all. I'm done. I'm excited. I'm finally getting a star on like my regular tracker. It's been a while, so I actually want to thank you guys. My last video, I was kind of sad when we were talking about, you know, I had paid off $50,000 and I was just like, I don't feel like I've made any progress. I had 16% progress at that point towards my 6-figure loans. And this one, I think because it's taken so long to pay this one off, obviously it was like a lot of money, I feel a little happier. I feel like a little pep in myself, feel a little boosted. So one of the suggestions that a few of you had said was I should celebrate my little wins. So thank you for that. And I am gonna celebrate this big little win. I'm gonna take myself and my boyfriend out to dinner. And by out to dinner, since we're in New York and everything is closed, we're gonna go eat outside and hopefully stop freezing. My favorite restaurant is closed, but their sister restaurant is open. So I budgeted out $300 so we can go be bougie because I deserve it and eat Wagyu steak. So we'll see how that goes. I'm super excited to celebrate that. Something I wanted to talk about though, specifically today, I have a few things I want to talk to you about today. One being interest, and the second being I have a declaration to get off my chest. Woo! We're going to talk about goals, about 2021 goals and my goals. So I'm like, if I say it out loud, then I have to do it. So before we get there, I wanted to talk to you all. So this was my one loan that I refinanced back in March 9th, like right before the Senate, was it the Senate, or I think it was Trump the second time, the Senate had instituted a 0% interest for federal loans. So all of my loans were federal except for one, except for Sally Mae, bane of my existence. And I was starting to refinance them because the thought process was like, oh, my high student loan before that was 7.4%. It's ridiculously high. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start refinancing them. I'll do it one at a time, because once you refinance them, you have to pay that specific loan. So I refinanced the one loan. 2 weeks later, we hit 0% interest. And I was like, damn, I wonder how much my interest is gonna be that I'm gonna have paid over this time period when it could have been $0. So I did that math, and y'all know how I'm allergic to math, but look, I did math for you. See, progress in the new year. Speaking of which, this new year is off to a start. So the interest paid, I had to make a minimum payment every month of $200 toward that specific loan on top of all of the other loans I was paying for a Fed loan. And I didn't start fully paying the student loan 21 down till August 15th. That's the last time I got a start. In those 9 months, right, March to December, I paid $727.78. The interest rate was 4.74. So I kind of like want them to give me my $700 back. It's not happening, but it definitely showed me how much interest you end up paying in the end. And mind you, what I thought was interesting, I started to look back, like how much was this loan to begin with? And to be honest, I don't know the original amount, because once I refinance it, it's not showing up on Fed loan anymore. The capitalized amount, so when you borrow the money, you already know how this works, most likely because you're here because you have student loans. When you borrow the money, when you are in law school, in grad school, your interest starts the day you borrow the money. Every day, it's you and Sally Mae, which could, because it's compound interest and because they suck. So they then, 6 months after you graduate, capitalize the interest and then add everything on. So my capitalized amount was $21,815.67. So I think the original amount might have been like 19 grand. Then my refinance amount, once I refinanced, Fed loan was like, okay, cool. So if I bought your loan, essentially that's what happens when you refinance. The refinance company buys your loan and then you pay them out. So if I bought my loan, so then all that interest had accrued, then it became $23,811.41. By the time I fully paid the loan off, December 31st, it says December 31st December 31st / January 4th, because technically I was gonna pay it off on New Year's Eve, but I didn't bring my laptop because I was not trying to be bothered. So yeah, so when I paid it off, it was $24,539.19. So approximately, if we're assuming that the original amount was 19 grand, $5,000 in interest just for one loan. I have, what, 22 loans? Yep. And that is how you rack up $54,000 just in interest in a span of 4 years. Which, if you're not familiar, you can go watch my original student loan video where I break down how the heck I owed $304,000. So where are we now? Where are we at? I'm excited about this, actually. So the total remaining now is $247,341.27. So I'm a little bit under $250. I'm getting there. So for 2020, my total paid towards my student loans, this did make me feel better for some reason than when I paid the 50 grand. I don't know why. $57,338.90. So that's a good chunk of change. I feel like I did pretty well. So I'm excited. I'm trying to do better about like celebrating my little wins. Little wins, that's a shit ton of money. Let's be honest. A shit ton of my money. But that's closer to me being debt free, which is good. Which leads me to my declaration. So, as all the cheesy people, including myself, do when a new year starts, especially when you have survived a PANDEMIC, is set a resolution, set a goal. Like, listen, if I learned anything from 2020 was that life will happen to you, and how are you gonna best survive for yourself? Like, what can you do to make sure that like post 2020 life is the way you want it to be? And one of those big things for me was paying off my student loans. I work in tech. I'm a tech attorney. And I noticed the people that seemed to have coped the best out of my colleagues and my friends were the people that had the most control over their finances, people that were able to take time off, people that were able to say like, F living in a tiny studio, which I still do, just in a nicer building now. And I'm gonna go to Miami. I'm gonna go to my best friend, moved to Phoenix, lives in a stunning 2-bedroom apartment. Love you, 20. Very, very jealous. And yeah, there was those people, and I was like, okay, well, what's holding me back from being in control of my life? And I was like, oh, my student loans. So I'm gonna work towards paying them off. And that being said, I've calculated, because I do an annual budget. I got a new job. Also, a bunch of things are changing. I got a new job, which I was starting in like 2 weeks. So I've calculated how much I'm gonna make and how much will go towards student loans. You guys know I'm already pretty frugal. So $80,000 this year in 2021 will come out of my paycheck and goes directly towards my student loans. So like, that's great. But that's not gonna get me to debt freedom. And last time we were talking, I was like, oh, I feel tired. Like, I can't even do my nails. I can't, like, I wanted to buy something that was $30. I felt so guilty. I was like, I can't buy it. My nails are done. I feel better about it, because let's be honest, me skimping on doing my nails for 60 bucks, hands and feet, before y'all like, why does it cost $60? I did both. My feet looked crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Nobody was seeing them. That's not gonna get me to debt freedom. What's gonna get me to debt freedom, which is what I had realized last time, and what I've realized, if you guys wanna watch Asia Dang, AJADANG, great. She paid off all of her student loans, $200,000 in about 2 years. Highly recommend. She did a video every other week, I think, like documenting. I've watched the entire series multiple times. It gives me so much inspiration. Highly recommend to watch it. What I realized, what she said, and what I realized last month when I kind of had like a mini, I don't know, like mope fest. A breakdown is so dramatic when I say that. Had like a little mope fest to myself was, okay, there are very few corners left to cut. 65% of my paycheck is already going towards my student loans. Like, the only other corner I could think to cut was my 401k, which we discussed. With my new company, I do get a 4% match, which is nice. So I'm gonna do the 4% match, and that's it. I was doing 10% pre-tax towards 401k. The 4% match, they're gonna match 4%. That's basically 8%. We're at basically the same number. I feel fine about it. And then that's more towards student loans. So my ratios will change a little bit. Y'all know how I feel about math. I'll tell you all those numbers when I get them, because I'm not about to guesstimate. But to the point of what I realized was, you can only cut corners so far, especially if you've already cut a lot of corners and you're living well within your means. The only other way to pay them off is to make more money. And I was like, okay, how do I make more money? Like, okay, I'm gonna make more money through YouTube. I'm gonna pick up some side hustles. Like, that's totally fine. And it dawned on me during my little holiday break that, why can't I pay my student loans off this year? Before I tell you my declaration, a small mini backstory about me, because it's gonna sound crazy, because last month I was sitting here telling y'all like, I'm burnt out, like, I don't know, like, I have debt fatigue. I think that was the word, that phrase. I think that's what Jasmine told me it's called. Anyways, and I'm tired of this, and now this month I'm like, I feel great, it's fine, like, we're gonna get there. And it's like, how did I get here? I did, and this will make sense in 2 minutes, 2 years ago, God, I'm like, what year are we in now? In 2019, I decided I wanted to do a bodybuilding competition. I had thought about this for many years before, and I was nowhere near there. I lost 30 pounds, and then was like, oh, this is the closest I've ever been. You know, I want to try this. I want to do it. And in 4 months, I got a coach. I trained twice a day. I ate a very lean, sad, saltless diet, and did this bodybuilding competition. And a lot of my coworkers, and not my friends were very supportive, but I think part of them was like, Stephanie has lost her mind. But a lot of my coworkers, because they're like, listen, I don't know you from Adam, they said whatever they wanted, kind of thought like, you're not gonna do this. Some of them were like, I don't think you're really gonna fall through with it. And I was like, what? Like, kind of offended, because my thought process was, I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to tell everybody that I know that I'm going to do this, because subconsciously, once you tell somebody you're going to do something, you have to do it because they're going to ask. It's not, sometimes they'll root for you and sometimes they won't, but they will ask you about it and be like, oh, what about that thing you said you were going to do? That's the nature of people. So if you ever have a goal, I highly suggest you just tell a bunch of people. Just say it. It will make you accountable. So those same coworkers that were like, in 4 months, you're going to do what? You're going to get on a stage in a Brazilian bikini and do what? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, and watch. And those same people that kind of like looked at me like I was a little like, yeah, right. 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in, like, hey, Stephanie, how's your diet going? Oh, great. Like, you've motivated me to do this. And when I did it 16, 17 weeks later, they were so proud, and I was so proud of myself. So I say that to say, because I'm about to tell y'all something like wild, in my opinion, and something that, to be honest, I'm nervous about saying out loud, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to claim it, and I'm going to work towards it, and either it's going to happen or it's not going to happen, and that's fine. Whatever happens from it is going to be positive. So I have decided that in this year, 2021, I am going to pay off my student loans in full. Screw the remainder 3 years of this 4-year repayment plan. I'm going to do it this year. After having scrolled the internets many times and seen there are people doing things like on YouTube, on Instagram. Girl, I'm not getting on TikTok. Like, I'm too old. I don't know how to figure out how to do it. I'm being honest. And I'm like, wait, they're making a shit ton of money. Why can't I set my mind to that? And the answer is I can. There's no need to like hold myself back. So $80,000 of my paycheck next year, that's already preset. I automate all of it. It's fine. Will go towards my student loans. And then the remainder of that is $167,341.27. So I'm going to bust my butt off and manifest it and work and film all the videos. So you're going to get all the content, and I'm going to pay them off because I'm tired of these student loans. And the flip side of, well, what happens if you don't pay it off, Stephanie? Well, what happens if I don't? They're still there and I still have to pay them. But what happens if I do? So in my opinion, I think there's really no negative. What if I only pay $20,000 extra outside my paycheck? Well, that's $20,000 that my paycheck wasn't giving me. So that's great. What if it's only $5,000? What if it's $60,000? Whatever amount, even if it's $1, is $1 more than my salary could have allowed me to pay. So that's my crazy goal for this year. I wish I was drinking, because now I'm like, you said this out loud. Oh, Jesus. And now I want to have a drink, but it's fine. It's fine. We're going to do it. I fully 1000% believe in loud, wild, audacious goals. I feel like, why not? Why not you? Why not me? Why not? Why not? So let me know in the comments, what is your audacious goal for this year? Life is for the living, and I feel like I can live my best life when my student loans are done. So in the short snapshot of this, I owe a little less than $5,000 left to Sally Mae. It started at $6,000. On the side, I never report on that to y'all, because basically if I ever see extra money in my bank account, I just send it to her. And I'm just like, here, girl, go away. So that loan will be done either by the end of this month or the beginning of next month. I do have a couple grand from credit cards from just from this year. So I just need to pay those off. I try to keep my credit card balance at around zero, to be honest. So with the holidays and stuff, I have I think 2-ish grand, so I'm gonna pay that off and then pay the student loans as well, because if not, then I would just pay Sally off in full, because it's only $5,000 and I have it. So I'm gonna make sure that those are paid too. But yeah, we're cooking with grease, and my goal for this year basically is to go where the money reside. And in my head, I was gonna sing the song, and I was like, it's not gonna sound as good if you sing the song, Stephanie. So I'm not going to. But if you don't know, you should definitely look him up on Instagram. It's good inspiration. But yeah, so that's my goal. What is your audacious goal for this year? Let me know. I'm here to fully support you. I feel like y'all have been my support group. I cannot tell you enough how appreciative I am to have y'all, to be honest, in my life. And I feel like last month really showed that to me. I appreciated so much all the heartfelt, nice messages, all of, even for the people that don't have student loans, I appreciate you guys just, talking to each other and talking to me and just being a ear and giving her great suggestions, which I know I'm really excited about my little dinner celebration to celebrate paying off student loan 21, which is the first of my big 6, which is kind of wild to me. I started this in February with 22 loans and now I have 5. And yes, they're my biggest 5 left, but I've come a long way and I have to learn to celebrate those wins as they go, and I feel better about it. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how this goes. So I will see you guys in the next video, which will be more frequent. Oh, by the way, I never advertise it because, to be honest, there's nothing on that page, but I'm gonna start doing more money related content on my Instagram. I think Instagram lends itself to that a little bit better. So my Instagram is wine and chill, so go ahead and follow. And yes, if you follow right now, there's nothing really on there, but things will be on there. Don't worry, it's coming, because I can't get to $167,000 unless I do the work. So happy to do the work, happy to do it. So I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. I'm also off all of next week, so I'm about to film like a shit ton of stuff. So let me know in the comments. I have all of your suggestions that you guys have ever asked for. I always write them down. But if there's anything that you want, that you like, oh, you never voiced it, or that I haven't done yet, let me know in the comments what kind of videos you want to see, whether they're money related, career related. In my past life, I used to work in HR, so let me know. I love that stuff. So yeah, entertainment law stuff, you can also let me know on here too. And then I'm gonna do some fun things and kind of switch up our cadence with the entertainment law shenanigans as well. So look out for that. So I'm just excited. I'm excited to, grow with you all, and I'm excited to go where the money reside. Stop. Okay. It's so catchy. It's so catchy. In my mind, all I was thinking was, you think you can do these things, Nemo, but you can't. Almost grab the wine. I'm not drinking this week. When you go home to Caribbean family, you kind of drink a little too much. Just gonna put that out there. So my body's happy for the detox. But yeah, so thank you guys as always, and thank you for tuning in. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram as well.